How's it going, guys? My name is Doe, and today is part 14 of the full Dauntless playthrough. And right now we're working on the quest called Elements of Heroism. So, yeah, for this quest, it wants us to slay a couple of behemoths, five heroic behemoths. And before I do that, last time I said I'd farm up some gear to just have a better time of killing these behemoths and not be so restricted in my damage. So I'm still making the exact same gear I've been making, Hellion, chest piece, and headpiece. I'm going to upgrade those. And to give you guys sort of a sense of what it takes to upgrade one of these pieces, to get your gear to plus 10, you're going to need a shard from a behemoth. And a shard is a rare drop from a monster. And I'm pretty sure still that to get a shard from a monster, you have to at least have the heroic version of the monster unlocked. You don't have to fight that heroic version to get the shard drop, but it has to be unlocked, and you can get it from any dire variant of the monster. Exceptions right now are Drasks, since at the moment there is no dire Drask behemoths, so you can just fight Drask and get that shard at a certain point in the game. Not sure when, but yeah. So anywho, leveled up my gear, and I made sure that I had just enough material to upgrade these pieces, and I still don't think I can get the shard from Quillshot yet. I would try it, I just don't feel like wasting my time. And on the off chance I can't get it. But I can upgrade my chain blades. And that's going to be pretty nice. So now we're going to have a very strong weapon. The plus 10 Hellion chain blades. And this, like, the reason I've been upgrading these weapons for so long is because they're just super good right now. They're great in escalation. They're just great in a lot of places. Now the next escalation is going to be Blaze escalation, so if you're watching this video whenever that happens, sorry, but you can just make other chain blades, you'll be fine as well. But anywho, we got the chain blades made, and now we can do some crazy good damage. And I'm debating on making this a bit higher, but it's fine. It's fine. If I was y'all, I would farm up this Boreus sword a bit higher, or farm up a frost weapon that's a bit higher. Because so far, I think the hardest behemoth that we've fought in this playthrough is Scorchstone Hellion. And for this quest, we had to fight a heroic Scorchstone Hellion. So, yeah, that's going to be a little tough. So I would try and get the highest weapon you can for this fight. I suggest I suggest the Frost Boreus sword just because it's really strong, very good weapon, and overall it's a banger. So try and do that. And I would upgrade it, but I want to go ahead and wait. I don't want to upgrade that yet. So we need to fight. And again, I would also do heroic patrols for this. I would just do these until you can't anymore, because you're going to need the Shining Arcstone upgraded weapons anyway. So you might as well do heroic patrols and also work on your quests at the same time. That's a very smart and effective way to spend your time. But because I'm making y'all a video, I don't want to waste y'all's time by farming random monsters that aren't for the quest. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and fight... I think we're gonna go. Let's go ahead and fight. I hate Kharabak. Let's fight Shockjaw, I guess. Shockjaw it's an okay behemoth to fight. It's kind of fun. And weapon power. Yeah, we actually have a high enough weapon. I just need to change my current one to my chain blades. And now we're at 500 power. So wait, what's this build? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade my helmet a bit. So I have this current build set up the way it is, because I need conditioning on my chain blades, because I got a new mod. I got a modifier called Hurricane Blades, and to use that modifier properly, you need stamina. So I'm rocking the Embermane headpiece because it gives me stamina. That's the main reason behind that. And I could get it to level 3 if I wanted to, and I'm debating it. But I think I'll wait. I think I'd rather save the materials for other stuff at the moment. It might change. Oh, I need to upgrade this as well. Alright, now we are cooking with Crisco. We're good. And as you guys can see, to upgrade my armor any higher, it has to be Behemoth Mastery 25. And right now we are at 18 for Behemoth Mastery. But it's cool. Let's go in here. And for the Elements of Heroism quest, I think that there's only one monster that is a Fire Behemoth, making this current build pretty good. And to show you guys what the Hurricane Blades do, by the way, using Bladespin grants a stacking on next... Wait. Using Bladespin grants stacking on next hit damage that is consumed when using other attacks. And Bladespin is a move that consumes a lot of stamina, so that's why I have the Hellion Immermane headpiece with conditioning in it. That's the whole reason I have this piece. If I had a different mod, I wouldn't be using it, but since I have this mod at the moment, I have to use it since I think it offers me the most damage I can get at the current moment. And I'm going to go ahead and bring some potions to make sure this fight goes a bit smoother than normal, hopefully. And I don't think I have any better cells to swap out for Sharpened yet that I have good access to. I have Rage, Knockout King. I think Sharpened's better than KOK for me in my current status, and I don't have anything else to replace it with that I think is good enough. So let's go ahead and ship it with this build. And as you can see, this Behemoth rating is 475, but our armor isn't exactly as high as the recommended level is, but that's not a big deal. It's fine. And yeah. But Shockjaw isn't a super difficult behemoth as long as you know how the behemoth works and like some small tips to help you with the fight. So for starters, Shockjaw has this thing where when the fight starts, it's going to DM slide. And I say DM slide, it's going to slide towards you once and then slide back through you again. And then if you're next to it, whenever it finishes that slide, the second slide at least, it won't shoot out pylons. If you're not next to it, it'll shoot out pylons, and pylons are these ranged sort of pillars or columns, I guess, that shoot orbs at you. Kind of annoying. So to prevent that from happening for a little bit, like you cannot just prevent it from happening in general unless you kill it, but to prevent it from happening for a while, unless you kill it fast, you can stay next to it for a long time. Like for a lot of behemoths, staying next to it is a good plan. Otherwise, it'll trigger a certain effect or a certain ability, and that ability is hard to deal with. A good example other than Shockjaw is Skarn. If you're far away from it, it does the Skarnado, and that is death most of the time. So it's good to be next to it. So I'm going to try and sit next to it. It's going to initiate the DM slide. Oh, it does a shock first. My bad. It'll shock you first, and then it'll DM slide. Starting now. So dash through it, and dash through it again, and then now I want to stay next to it, and it won't do pylons now. It's going to stay next to me. And Shameblades are just very acrobatic weapons. You shouldn't get hit too much. You just look at hit because you'll overcommit, but oh, that's weird. It made me like double special there. So I prevented it from doing pylons for a while. I think it like lost its interest in me. It's unlucky. And these pylons have bubbles around them. For these bubbles, if you hit them and you're not insulated, they will knock you back. But the bubbles go away after a certain amount of time. If you have insulated +6, you can just like kill them if you wanted to, but it's not exactly recommended. And if you knock back orbs into them, they will also break. But you can also just break them after that. You can wait for the bubble to go away and then break them, and that's fine. Okay, I have 10 stacks in my Reaper's Dance. I'm gonna go ahead and dump those. And now it's shooting out the big pylon. And for that pylon, if you knock back the orb, and then break it after knocking back the orb, you'll stagger it. I'm gonna try and break this and show you what it means. So I knocked back the orb. Now I'm gonna try and break this pylon, and it's gonna go ahead and stagger him as soon as I break it. Thank you. So it's staggered. That's a really good mechanic to know about in a group aspect or group environment, because that it keeps it from murdering your teammates, and that's always a good thing to do. It's always a good thing to prevent, rather. Should be almost dead. Nice. I was really hoping it wouldn't run away. When monsters run away in this game, it means to chase them, and that just wastes some time. So if you're new, it's going to happen a lot, but once you get to a certain point, you can most of the time prevent it from escaping or doing the great escape. So 319, not a bad hunt time. And we actually got some Shining Arcstone for not dying, which is pretty cool. We're gonna need that, so we'll take as much of it as we can get. We killed Shockjaw Nayzaga. Now it's time to kill something else. We have 4 other choices. I'll probably save Hellion for last, since we've been fighting Hellion a ton. And we'll go ahead and fight Deadeye. I think Deadeye is a another good fight to do. Although I don't like it that much, but it's a tough fight. So yeah. And while we're waiting, for those of you who have Twitch Prime, like I said, I think I said this yesterday, but if you have Twitch Prime and if you have Amazon Prime and a Twitch account, you got Twitch Prime, link both your accounts and you can get cool stuff in Dauntless specifically around every month. Like you can get, what is this, a Heartbreaker weapon skin, the skins, whatever, but the main thing here is the supplies. If you're new to the game, you get some ace chips, you get some patrol chests, and then you get like 30 or 15 patrol chests. That's a lot. You also get like a cool die and some supplies. So use your Twitch Prime for a benefit to you. And also, if you guys want to, you can sub to a streamer for free if you have Twitch Prime every single month. One streamer every single month. That's a little pro tip. And I don't know, there's someone on the screen right now who's pretty cool. He's a decent streamer. But yeah, that's a little pro tip for y'all, and it does help you out if you have Twitch Prime. Might as well use it to save some time. I forgot I had my camera off. My bad. I apologize. Also, that black screen happens whenever I tab out and tab back in. It's annoying. But I can't fix it. And this is going to be Deadeye Quillshot on Heroic. And the main thing here is Aether Shrapnel. So Behemoth projectiles explode, dealing bonus damage and shell-shocking slayers. This is a very just boring modifier. There's no other way to describe it. I hate this thing with a passion. I've told the devs it's just awful, not very fun. But hey, what do I know? I just play the game a lot. So to try and avoid this, you can do okay, so there's a couple things you can do. One of the things is walking in a circle, which we're going to try and employ. And the other thing is whenever it's enraged, you can interrupt that. Whenever it goes enraged and it starts like sending out quills, like, and it blocks out the sun, like freaking the movie 300, I think, where all the arrows raining down. You can do enough damage, and that will interrupt it during its enraged form. When it's not enraged, you can break apart and interrupt it, or you can run around in a circle like this. Just do this number. It works most of the time. With Aether Shrapnel, it's a bit different, but it works most of the time. But the quills track you. Like, the quills basically have aimbot, and that is rough. And I guess try and do your best not to get aimbotted. Just don't get killed by the hacker is what you guys should be trying to do. And so far, it's not in the close spawn, which is whack. It's in a far spawn. It's in Les BFE. Almost fall off the map there. And right now, I'm not really gathering as much materials as I could because I'm trying to save time, but there are a plentiful amount of resources on this map if you just try and gather them. For these plants, they're right here. Might as well pick them up, in my case at least. But when you're walking around these maps, make sure you're gathering some plants. Like, don't spend forever gathering stuff. Just gather what's in front of you. And if it's like Wrathwort, try and go a little out of your way to get it, because Wrathwort's super useful. And until we can buy potions with rams, which will be, or notes, which will be happening soon, you should be getting as much as you can. Yeah, I'm popping this potion. I'm not dealing with it. So now it's going to start shooting quills that explode. See that explosion? See like that like radiant effect? Yeah. Fun. That's fun incarnate right there. And the quills go through its neck right now. I'm not sure why. Yeah, this is Blazebeam all the way. That's to give me stacks for more damage on my regular attacks. I got so lucky. So I think for this attack you need 4 stacks Reaper's Dance to interrupt it, and I had 3 stacks. So I was trying to get my stacks up. I used too many pips, and pips are the circles on my bar. You're getting destroyed right now, sir. How does it feel? Thing's getting demolished. Now this should interrupt it. Easy. So having like 4 to 5 stacks will interrupt it, and that's easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's almost dead already, which is kind of nice. This fight is normally pretty rough. Didn't take any damage because chain blades are super evasive. Feels good. But yeah, for that fight, you just avoid the quills when it's not enraged. Whenever it is enraged, you try and DPS it and do enough damage to... I'm so mad, I got 301. Do enough damage to interrupt it during the enraged form, which is whenever it's red and it's shooting the quills in the air, like for a long time, you can interrupt that. So try your best too. How do you feel about the appearance of the Behemoth you just fought? It's ugly. Where's that option? I would say this just to be mean, but it's not that bad. I kind of like it. It's like a pig boar? Bull boar? I'm not sure. Got a tough cell, because we're tough, T-U-F-F, brother. And we're just chugging along. And I'll say this again, I'm not sure many of you will do these hunts as well as I am, but if you do, great. If you're not, spend some more time and get some other gear. And gear that you can make to help you if you're having a hard time staying alive is going to be Boreus gear. The Boreus chest piece, gloves, and feet are good pieces to make if you have a hard time staying alive. The Rage gives you damage that will always be active once you're below 50% health. And the pieces also have Iceborne on the feet. Iceborne at a certain level gives you lifesteal. So this is a fantastic armor set to make if you have a hard time staying alive. And it's also good to be using in escalation if you're having a hard time with that as well. And even if you're not having a hard time, it's very good in escalation. But now let's go ahead and fight Pango. Because we have a fire weapon, it should be a really fast fight because we're doing a lot of damage. So it should be pretty fast. We got a gold utility core. And we get nothing we want. Open all, please. Etheric Attunement. Etheric Attunement isn't bad, but it used to be really good. Now it's just sort of, it's so-so. A better sell right now is Conduit because you get attack speed. Etheric Attunement makes to where your lantern holder cast builds faster. But the problem with that is your lantern holder cast is a holder cast. It's not an instant cast, so you lose DPS if you fill it too fast. And that can be an issue. Kind of annoying too. Like if you try to make a lantern build, you're missing lantern hold to cast because you have to sit there and hold to cast it. And the act of holding it means you have to be holding it for a certain amount of time. If you're building it really fast, you lose damage. It makes me sad. But it is the current way it works. And whatever. Now we're fighting Pangar. This is a very straightforward fight, but the difference now that it's in Heroic is it has something called Icy Grasp. Icy Grasp is where behemoths have been touched by frost energy and will periodically cause icy spikes to erupt. I hated this effect for a while. It's not bad on Chainblade, so I don't mind it anymore, but it was super rough before, like a long time ago when you didn't have as much mobility in the game or as much, I guess, ways to avoid damage. And when you only had to roll to avoid damage, it was rough. When you only had to roll to avoid damage, it was a tough time. But now some weapons have more than one way to avoid damage, and that makes the fight not as bad. So it's nice. But just like Hellion, we're gonna go for the legs. Gotta sweep the legs, bro, and then it'll fall over, and you hit whatever else is easy to access. But when you hear a certain sound, I'll try and pull out the sound whenever it happens. Whenever that happens, just get out of the area you're currently in. Otherwise, you're gonna get impaled by the Icy Grasp. Is that like a WoW? I feel like that's like a WoW ability for Death Knight. I played that game when I was a kid. Why can't I talk? Why can't I just say words without having to repeat myself, man? I need an English tutor. Or a speech tutor or something, man. So, we're getting unlucky with these spawns. This one is currently far away. Hopefully it's not to my left. Oh, is it? No. But so, far away spawn. This is the same spawn we had yesterday with Boreus. Pop a little potion, stay a little far away so it rolls at me, hopefully. Nope, tail slam. But now it should be a roll. And that's the icy spikes. So roll, dash interrupts, Q to it, go for the face. What you could do, like whenever it's knocked over, is go for the middle of the body, and that will actually make you hit the legs, which is also a good spot to be hitting. That's fine, get the KO anyway. The head should break pretty soon. Go for the legs some more. And now we have overpower, we're doing a lot of damage. Also, on Enrage, it triggers the ice spikes as well. And they can trigger twice, because if it enrages and like the timer for ice spikes also happens, it can happen a lot. So I'm gonna back up. It's gonna roll at me because it resets the roll animation after enrage on Pangar specifically. And why am I climbing? So right here, I'm in the leg now. That's a good position to have. Broke the leg, go for the tail. So you can either go for the head where it falls down. Once you break the head, you can go for the leg right there. Now we're working on the other leg. Close to a stagger, as you can see from the little halo circling it. And I'm not really using my Hurricane Blades too much, but it's okay. And Ice Spike should be happening, yeah, right there. This thing is dead. Get my stacks up. I think you're dead. Nope, I lied. Maybe now? Now. Now. See, first guess. As you do it, no one knows. He's nuts. I look like garbage still. I feel so out of place with this armor on. Yeah, 237 on Heroic Frostback Pango because Overpower is a fantastically balanced cell, and Chainblades are good right now. Like I think Chainblades are, I swear, like they're the best weapon for the early game. Well, I mean, Strikers are the best weapon for early game. I think if you're new to the game, Chainblades are really good. Right now, Strikers are broken and damaged still, so I don't know. But Chainblades feel fun to play too. Like they're really flashy, they feel fun to play, and yeah, it's a good weapon. And at the moment, we'll do one more hunt, and I think I'll save Scorchstone Hellion for next time because I think Scorchstone is going to take me forever to kill because I can't use Overpower. I don't want to use Hellion Chainblades on Scorchstone Hellion. Don't think it's a good idea. So instead, I'll probably farm up my Boreus sword off video and get up to +10 and then fight Pango or fight a Fire Pango with my Boreus sword. But this build's really good right now because we have Overpower from the weapon. We have plus Overpower from the Chainblades, making it just good. Since I only have one Overpower cell to my name and it's a +1, which is not very high. So yeah. Let's go ahead and fight Karasback. This should also be a very fast fight. Karasback is a very weak behemoth if you can stun lock it. If you can't stun lock it, it becomes a nightmare. But if you can stun lock it, it's very manageable. Easy to kill and not a big deal. But I still don't like it, man. that fight, it's got bees, and bees are tilting. There's some tilters for sure. And yeah, this quest's going pretty smooth. But I will say, farming, oh my Lanta, I just forgot, but farming the Hellion shards off stream, like off the video, and trying to get all this gear ready took forever. It took me like 2 hours to get four shards. Like my first hunt, I got 2 shards, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. This is so easy. And it took me forever and a day to get any more shards. I was not having a good time. So farming the material for this armor was rough, which it's just RNG. It's random, and it sucks. Some people get really lucky and get everything they need really fast. Other people like me sometimes get bodied. You get robbed. Your RNG gets robbed. And this build can be used on this build can be used on pretty much everything that's not a Fire Behemoth, and it's fine. And you could use it on Fire Behemoths. I don't suggest it, but it is a possibility. You could, but I wouldn't suggest it. Instead, I suggest Frost Weapon. But right now, we're fighting a Terra Behemoth. And like against Terra, Shock Weapons are normally stronger. Or Shock Weapons are theoretically stronger because it's a Shock Weapon versus a Terra Behemoth. But Shock Weapons aren't that great. And the same goes for Terra Weapons. So in this case, you keep using Hellion Chainblades. Like most people come to find out that Hellion Chainblades are viewed as the only Chainblades in Dauntless because they're that good. They're that strong. They're pretty much broken in the sense that their unique effect is so good. But let's go ahead and fight this thing. And in this fight, I want to try and use my blade spin more often, which is the one where I'm pulling like a Kratos move. I'm just like spinning the blade over and over again, like I guess vertically. But to use that move, it takes a lot of time. You have to stand still to use it. So I've been conditioned not to use it, and it's rough to remember to use it. And I want to get some different armor, man. I'm looking weird. Looking like a weird champ right now. Jump, please. Lit. So we've gotten this map, I think, twice now. Hopefully it's in the close spawn. No, of course not. Why would it be close, man? Feels bad. Maybe the next close spawn? Where? Well, this is my cardio for the day. I'm gonna write it off, man. Like, I'm counting it. Why is it... If it's in the same spot as last time... Okay, no. It's a little bit closer than... Spawn far, far away in a different galaxy. But it's still far away. Making me run. Ruining my day. Okay, Kharabak is weird. I'm not sure like how the initial fight goes. Sometimes it'll do this and it'll attack you. Other times it'll just go straight to the ground. It attacks me. Rip. So now we have Crippling Wound. Crippling Wound actually reduces your stamina, as you can see right there, which is weird. I've never noticed that. I've actually never once noticed that. Interrupt it. Or not. Yes, Crippling Wound, it reduced my stamina by... So I have 102 normally, and now I'm at 61.2. I'm not going to do the math right now, because I'll probably mess it up. So, it lowered it. We'll go with that. I press Q! I hate this thing, man. Like, this fight is so annoying to me. Like, there's a lot of fights that just have like these small things that annoy me, but for Kharabak, I think the whole fight is just whack. I call it Karawhack. Very creative, yes I know. Just come on, let me. And when you interrupt it, it goes to Narnia. Like, I say Narnia a lot, but in this case, it legit, like, it goes to the address of Narnia. That's where it lives. But once you interrupt it, once you stagger it, you get like in a stun lock state. It's pretty much dead. If I could hit it. I pressed Q again! What is happening? If that kills, I'd be happy. Of course not. What are you doing, sir? But this fight is interesting. I'm not even sure what to say for this fight. I just don't like it. But what I do for this fight is whenever it has the bees on its booty, I just avoid it, since bees will interrupt your casting every now and then. Super annoying mechanic. And to get rid of them, you can either hit them off your teammates if they have them, and that's like a one hit, it's gone, or you can spam your attack button and also get them off yourself. It takes a bit more. It takes a bit more hits. And other than that, you just try and stun lock it with staggers, part breaks. Breaking the tail is a good part to break if it doesn't have bees on it. And the interrupt happens during Aether mode, which is it's weird to point it out, because if it's invisible, you can't really tell unless you're paying attention whenever it goes in Aether mode. But when it goes in Aether mode, it will like go in the air, and it's like Enrage, but it doesn't have a aura to it. It looks green, I guess. It's a weird fight, hard to explain. I don't know. But yeah, that is 4 behemoths down for the Elements of Heroism quest. I'm blaming my inability to talk right now on me being tired. I've been grinding in Monster Hunter World for a while, and I'm just tired. Going to bed like 4 in the morning. It's rough. But 4 behemoths down, and the next part we'll work on the Scorchstone Hellion quest, or the Scorchstone Hellion behemoth of this quest, and do whatever else quest we get, which I'm guessing is going to be either more behemoths to kill, or getting more power for our weapons, or our armor. Who knows? But that has been part 14 of the playthrough. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to drop a like. Maybe, you know, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment if you have any questions or concerns. You want to say hi, I'll say hi back most likely. And if you guys want to support my content or myself, you can use my Epic Games broker code in the Epic Games Store, or in the in-game Dauntless store. The creator code is just OhDough, it's my name. Doing so gives me a small portion of what you spend, and it costs you nothing extra, so it helps me out a ton. Thank you guys for doing that, and thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.